what's going on, everybody? Jim Batches here with Trade Pulse Technologies. Pumped to be back once again with everybody this week. Really excited to share an example of how you can best take advantage of our platform and realize a real intraday gain for yourself. So, for anyone unfamiliar with Trade Pulse, we're an order flow analytic platform. Essentially, what that means is we're a real-time provider of market flow data. We're a real-time provider of order flow data, and we also provide our own AI-driven indicator to help give you even a further insight in how a stock may perform intraday. So, really, we're trying to give the active trader, the short-term trader, a real edge in the marketplace by being able to track the order flow in real time and give you the most opportune entry points when trading intraday. So, got a really cool example. Want to pull up and share with everybody today to help illustrate really how you can take advantage of our platform and how you can best realize an intraday gain. So, we'll go ahead and we'll pull it up here. What you're looking at is the chart for SanDisk. This is from yesterday, February 18th. And what you're looking at is a full trading day worth of data on our platform. So from market open to market close. And I'll go through the different data points here to help illustrate what we're all looking at and tie everything together. So for starters, you'll see that black line here. This is the stock price for SanDisk yesterday. We track this minute by minute in real time on our platform, so you know how the market's moving. For SanDisk or any other stock that you wanted to search on our platform, you'd be able to get that market flow data. And going with that black line, you can see this light blue line pretty much running with it. We call this our large deal flow data. So the large deal flow data is essentially capturing all the big money that's been coming in for SanDisk on the day. So this is typically orders ranging from really $100,000 or more in value. Typically, these orders are from mutual funds or hedge funds, institutions like that. So again, all the big money that's been coming in for SanDisk. And then down below, you see some of the colors here, that green shade facing up, and then you got some red shade there facing down. This is what we call our momentum flow data. This is capturing the intraday sentiment on the retail side. So that green shade that you see is indicating that there's been more buying than selling. And then, of course, the opposite with the red shade, more selling than buying. And then over here with that vertical green bar that you see, we call this our power inflow signal. So this signal gets activated usually within the first 2 hours of the trading day. And this signal gets activated anytime we've sensed a real significant shift in the order flow from negative to positive. So this is essentially a bullish trend indicator we're providing based on the order flow shift that we've seen. So essentially what we're saying here is when this signal gets activated, we're suggesting that there's a very high likelihood that the stock will rise shortly following that signal because of that order flow shift that we've seen. So again, it's a bullish trend indicator we provide. Typically comes in within the first 2 hours of the day, so it gives you ample opportunity to get into the market shortly following it. So if we look at the example here with SanDisk, first thing I want you to notice is the stock price. You can see it really kind of jumped up in the beginning of the day, started at around 580, got up just a little above 600 before it started to flatten out a little bit, came down a little bit shortly following that high of 600. And over that period, you can see the red shade facing down here was pretty deep in the red. And then we have that light blue line here, that large deal flow data. That's the one I really want you to notice here as we move forward here. You'll notice, again, that signal came in around 10:15 a.m. And again, we're trying to capture a real significant shift in the order flow. And what do we notice with that red shade there? You can see how it really shifted to green. You can see how much green it was following that signal, indicating that the buying activity was really picking up on the retail side. And then again, if we go back to that light blue line, the large deal flow data, you can see how that was flattening out a little bit just prior to the signal. You can see it was pretty horizontal here. And then it really started to spike up throughout the rest of the day. You can see how it really lasted throughout the rest of the day, indicating that a lot of the big money was coming in on the buy side for SanDisk. And what do we notice with the stock price? You can see it started to flatten out in the half hour or so just prior to the signal. Came back down to around 597. And then shortly following the signal, you can see a real spike. You can see how that trend really lasted throughout much of the afternoon. Eventually got up to a high of about 616 or so. And you can see how that was coinciding with the retail side. You can see how much green there was, but really the large deal flow data, you can see how that was really running almost in tangent with the price. As the price was increasing, you can see that large deal flow data was really kind of preceding it. You can really see that that line continued to increase and stayed at a pretty high level throughout the day. And this really illustrates the power of being able to follow the order flow in real time, understanding where the market's moving for a particular stock, and understanding where the bullish activity is underlying a stock price. And that's really the advantage we want to provide, because anybody who got in shortly following our signal, so if you got in maybe around 597, 598, somewhere in that ballpark, shortly following the signal, again, the stock got up to around 616 as the intraday high following it. That's about a 3 to 4% gain just in a matter of a couple hours, as you can see. And that's really the edge we want to provide. We want to get people in at the most opportune entry points, and you can do that by being able to follow the order flow and understanding where the market is. And that's really the edge we want to provide to the short-term active trader, because I think everybody ideally wants to buy low and sell high, and that's really what we're trying to do here by providing the order flow in real time, in combination with the signal that we provide to time the market at the most opportune time. And for our signal, we only provide around 10 to 15 of these signals per day. So they're very specific to what we're seeing with the order flow data, because we track over 2,000 stocks on our platform, but again, we only provide around 10 to 15 of these signals per day. So really emphasizing the importance and significance of this signal, because we're not trying to provide 2,000 signals. It would be a little too noisy. So these are very specific and significant to what we're seeing with the order flow data. If you wanted to see the list of the different stocks that generate these signals per day, you'll see on the left-hand side here, we have a specific section for our power inflows. So if you were to click on that, you'll see a list of all the different ones that have come in. These are the ones that have come in for today. They come in ordered from chronological order. So the ones that have generated a signal most recently, you'll see here, are at the top. But on any given day, you can see which ones we actually generate that signal for. And you can see how they're performing relative to that signal. So, but really just wanted to share that one example from yesterday. Thought it'd be a really good example to show the power of being able to follow the order flow in real time, and then also the importance of our signal and being able to time the market at the most opportune time. So hope everyone found that example useful. If you want to learn more, feel free. You can check us out. We're at tradepulse.net. So if you have any questions, you can reach us there. We'll get back to you quickly. If you have any questions on the data or anything regarding our platform, we'd be happy to answer you there. So we also have a couple deals going at the moment. We have a 30-day free trial. If you wanted to test out the data, test out the platform, see how it can most benefit you, feel free, go to the website. You can sign up for a 30-day free trial. And if you love it and you want to stick with it, we're also offering a limited time 60% off our subscription package as well. That is running through the end of the month. So just another week or two there to be able to access that. But again, 60% off our subscription if you really want to stick with us and take advantage of the data. So, but again, you can reach us there as well. But really just want to thank everybody for joining today. Always a pleasure to be able to share our platform with all of you. It's awesome to be able to partner with Tradier and being able to share our platform and share the advantage that we can provide. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll be back here next week with another example on our platform to help illustrate the power of order flow analytics. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But we'll be back here next week with another example to share with everybody. So thanks again once, everybody, for joining, and we will talk to you soon. Appreciate it.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.